Hello everyone, this is Daniel and Kelly with FitnessBlender.com, and we have over 500 free workout videos to choose from on our online platform. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you get the newest one every Monday. Now today we are going to be celebrating 4 million subscribers. Thank you so very much. And we're going to be doing that by torching you with a 1,000-calorie workout. And we're going to be doing another 1,000-calorie workout when we hit our next million mark.
So today we are doing total body strength training, we're doing HIIT, we're doing cardio, we're doing a core workout. We've included both your warm-up and your cool-down. The only thing you need for this workout is an optional set of dumbbells, and we're providing both advanced and low-impact options all the way through.
So we need to get our warm-up done, so let's go ahead and start that. All right everyone, we're going to be starting off with our warm-up. We're going to be doing each one of these exercises for about 25 seconds apiece. So let me get my timer started here. Our first one is going to be just a regular boxer shuffle. So get up onto those toes if you can do so. If those ankles are still feeling a little bit tired or cold, then do something a little slower like Kelly's doing.
And I lucked out today. I got the low impact version. So Daniel will be showing you the more advanced version, so stick with him if you want something more intense. But you can also switch back and forth as you need to, as you're feeling more energetic or stronger. Follow Daniel if you need a break. Switch to my exercise.
We're doing a toe touch to overhead reach next. Stretch it up and back down those toe touches. Yeah, feel free, like Kelly said, to switch back and forth if you need to. I wish I had that option.
You can. Because these workouts are intense, they're meant to be a sort of burnout, so if you need to slow down, don't be afraid to slow down. Okay, next up, side step arm cross. Working that upper body a little bit. Slowly getting ready to work harder. So if you've been sedentary for an extended period of time, if you just finished sitting all day at work, for example, you might want to do just a couple extra minutes of warm-up just to make sure that your muscles are nice and ready to work hard.
Got toe touch sweeps next. So feet just about shoulder width apart. You're going to go down to one side, come across those feet, up the other side, and then back down and across. So we're trying to get a little bit of torso rotation as well as lower back and hamstring stretch.
Five seconds left.
Going into an alternating warrior next, so feet out really nice and wide. Bend one knee, you can go down. Hey, how you doing there? Gonna switch over to the other side. Just drop down into that warrior lunge as deep as is comfortable. Every single time you do a repetition, try to get just a little bit further than the last one.
Next up, we're doing toe touch swings.
Starting off that left leg first. Remember, this should be under control the entire time. I can control my balance.
You can always hold on to something if you need to. And just kick as high as you can without causing yourself discomfort or without losing control of your body.
If you can't touch your toe, that's perfectly fine. It's just more about raising that leg, getting a little bit of a stretch.
Switch sides. Make sure you're breathing, even through the warm-up. Make sure you're not holding your breath. 5 seconds left, and we're switching to a squat with an alternating knee. Right.
So squat down, feet just about shoulder width apart or slightly more. Come up, drive one knee up.
As you get more comfortable and more warm, you can start to increase the depth of your motions, of your movements, and also start to move a little faster.
Alright, lunging push-pull, so you're going to step forward into a lunge, press forward, pull back, stand back up, and then switch sides. Step forward, press forward, pull back, and back up. Just keep alternating back and forth. It's like we're playing a really long game of patty cake here.
Alright, what's next? Up and outs.
So the faster version is staying up on the ball of that foot, just nice and quick, bouncing that leg back and forth, trying to keep those hips straight forward the entire time. This is all about trying to open up that hip joint a little bit more, warming up a little bit more.
doing a jumping jack, front jack combo. All right.
So regular jumping jack and then front jack. Just alternate every single repetition.
Same here, you're just cutting out the jumps.
Again, keep those lungs open. A lunge plus a kick.
Alright, so we're going to go back, then kick up. And this is our last warm-up interval, so if you need to, do a little extra cardio before you start. Otherwise, we're starting that HIIT next. The fun begins.
Try not to kick you.
I know. It's dangerous. Alright, there we go.
Alright, we'll be right back in to start with that HIIT. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with our HIIT portion of this. We're going to be doing each one of these 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off in an AB format. So let's go ahead and get this timer going. Our first exercise is going to be a jumping lunge. Fun, fun. So high impact version is with me. Low impact version is with Kelly. Lucky.
Keep your core pulled in nice and tight. Only go as deep as you can control.
All right, let relax. Got a 10-second break. We're doing walk downs next.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
If you want to make it a little harder, do a push-up at the bottom. Otherwise, just outside plank and back up.
You can always drop to your knees and do a push-up if you need the easier version. And you can always bend your knees a little to get to the floor if flexibility is an issue.
All right, back up. Get those feet moving. If you want a little harder version for that cool down, that rest, we're going back into that jumping lunge.
There you go.
It's like Kelly was saying last time, keep those core muscles nice and tight. You want those abs pulled in. You don't want to let that back round or flex. It's basically straight up over top of those hips. Make sure you're trying to keep your weight relatively even between front and rear leg.
All right, one down.
All right.
Back to the walk downs. So keep your feet moving during that rest interval. Do at least a boxer shuffle, at least a butt kicker. Here we go.
Again, push up if you want it to be a little bit harder.
Try to pick up the pace as you get more comfortable, and try to always keep a bend in your elbows so that your muscles are actually working. It's a lot easier if you lock your arms out.
All right, first group is done. Moving on to our second, which is going to start off with fun star jumps.
Woo-hoo.
Hopefully we're getting the worst ones out of the way first.
Yeah, right?
All right, star jump, squat down the middle, jump up, legs and arms out. Keep those lungs open, focus on that form. As clean as you can with every repetition.
All right, next up we've got a side lunge toe touch. So your feet are nice and wide. You're going to be leaving one leg straight as you lean over to the opposite leg.
All right.
There you go. Keep your back nice and flat and your eyes up ahead.
You don't want to round your shoulders over down towards your toe to try to reach it. You want to keep that back nice and flat, just like if you were doing a regular lunge, if you had weight above your shoulders, that kind of thing. All right, one more of each of those.
5 seconds, 2, 1, here we go.
Back to those star jumps.
So you're exploding upwards as hard as you can, but you also want to focus on landing soft. That's part of the workout. It's a lot more bodily control to do it that way.
So you want to go right back into a deep squat rather than stopping with your legs almost straight or rigid. All right,
back to the side lunges.
As you can see, Kelly and I are doing it slightly differently. She's got a little bit more of a rotation through her shoulders where I'm keeping my shoulders squared down. It's perfectly fine either way.
3 seconds.
Let it relax. That's into that group. Move on to our next, which starts with squat jacks.
There you go. Nice and low.
Try to keep it down there the entire time. This is a hard position to hold. So if you need to stand up and shake those legs out, do so, but do it really quickly. Right back into it.
Make sure you keep your back flat, pulling your core nice and tight.
5 seconds left.
There we go. All right.
Ooh, that's a pretty good burn. Especially this early on.
Yeah. All right, next up we have switch foot runners. So you're going to be pulling your knee up as hard as you can and then jumping to switch your stance. Or stepping. Depending on which one you want.
Keep those lungs open and just keep moving. All right, let it relax for just a second. Back to those squat jacks.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. If you need to, you can always stop and shake your legs out, but go right back into the exercise. Try to go, anytime you feel like you need a rest, try to ask 3 more seconds of yourself.
5 more seconds left. Push through it.
Right.
All right, switch over runners again. We're over halfway through this first half before we get a water break, so.
There you go.
And let it relax. All right, next one is a burpee.
Everyone's favorite. You know? Here we go.
Add that jump at the top if you want the harder version. Otherwise, keep it just with an extension. Just standing up straight. All right, squat pops are next. Keep those lungs open,
2,
breathe deep.
1. There we go. So you're just dropping down side to side for that low impact version with the calf raise in the middle. 5 seconds left.
Nice quick motion. Whew. All right, back to the burpee.
Woo.
Remember, add that jump in. We'll make it a little bit harder. Otherwise, just standing up. And let it relax. All right.
Pops. 3 seconds. Here we go.
Keep those lungs open, keep that back flat. Core muscles nice and tight. All right, next group. High knees. Now get that cardio up.
There we go.
All right, start them up. Try to get that knee at least to hip height.
And even if you're in the low impact category, just move as quickly as you can. Always be pressing yourself. Low impact does not have to mean easy.
Whew. All right.
So a squat, jack, jump squat. So we're doing 1 jump squat up as hard as you can. Come down to 1. So up and apart. With the low impact version, on your toes, out and out. Up, out, and out.
Whew. Ooh, that hurts. Just one more of each of those, then we get a water break. So push through it.
All right, high knees. Here we go. That's halfway, keep pushing.
Big deep breaths.
5 seconds. All right, 20 more seconds of work till we get a little break. So squat jump, squat jack. Here we go. Halfway, 10 seconds left.
If you want to cuss at us, that's fine.
That's totally fine.
I'd be cussing at myself right now if it wasn't on tape.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so quick water break and we will finish up the last half of that hit.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the second half of this hit routine. It's gonna be just like the first, but new exercises. So let me go ahead and get the timer going here.
So we're starting off with curtsy lunge jumps. So you're doing a curtsy off to each side, jumping in the middle. Oh wait, you're doing something different. Okay, that's something different.
So basically what I'm doing is a jumping lunge, but a curtsy lunge. So that leg kicks out back behind you rather than just straight back like with a regular lunge.
I like it.
All right, plank to push up is next, so down on the ground. Starting in a full push-up or a half push-up position on those knees, drop down to those elbows and walk it back up. Whichever the last hand is to come up is gonna be the first one to go back down.
And again, always keep at least a slight bend in your elbows so that your muscles are always working. Right.
All right, back to that curtsy lunge jump.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Lungs open, keep that torso nice and straight, right above those hips if you can.
3 seconds. All right, back to that plank to push up.
Start them up. Keep that core nice and tight. Try to keep a straight line from shoulder down to those ankles or shoulder to knee if you're doing a half version. All right.
Next group, rocket squats. These are kind of fun. There you go.
So count down, 3, 2, 1, jump. Right back into it again. 3, 2, 1, jump.
So squeeze all of your muscles, keep them nice and tight. Be very mindful of what you're doing. All right.
Relax, lateral jumps are next.
So as you guys might have noticed, there's a ton of hidden lower body workout in here, squats and whatnot.
Don't want to get kicked?
No collisions. No concussions today, that's the goal.
So try to stay low and jump sideways rather than jumping up and over. You're trying to stay low.
All right, rocket squats. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
3, 2, 1, jump. 3, 1, jump. Just keep it going.
10 seconds, halfway done already. 3, 2, 1. All right, back to those lateral jumps. Just jumping as powerfully as you can from side to side, or stay low and cut out the jump to make it low impact.
Start up.
That's halfway right there. Keep it going. 2, 1. Okay, next up we have mountain climbers.
So down to that push-up position. And move those feet nice and quick. Want the harder version, don't let those toes touch when you pull those legs underneath you.
Otherwise, just tap up one at a time, so one foot is always on the ground. Alright.
Whoa.
Plank jacks. Actually, we can stay down there if you like.
Oh yeah.
Should be fun.
Alright. Out in that plank again, feet come out and back in, just like you're doing a jumping jack motion.
So this is the easier version from a half plank, or you can jump up to the top and just tap one foot out at a time for that low impact version.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's tiring. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Alright, mountain climbers.
Yeah. I think we need to switch it to like every time we hit 1 million subscribers, we go somewhere tropical.
Yeah.
Like, what is
like
this?
That.
What is this plan? Alright.
Yeah, we should get a vacation every time we hit 1 million.
Yeah, I know. What is this? Alright, plank jacks or plank steps?
Keep those hips down. This is 2 exercises in a row that really focus on those hip flexors and quads.
And core.
So if you need to take a break in between, by all means do so.
1. Ooh, made it. Okay.
Back up.
Next up, we have lunge to squat jump. All right. There's a couple different ways you can do it.
Whew.
If you want to make it harder and keep it low impact, just stay low the entire time, so you're never coming up to a rest position.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
Sumo squat with a kick is next. So feet nice and wide. Squat down the center. One leg comes up, kick in front, back down. Or you can do kind of a sweep motion, whichever you prefer, whichever you like more. Keep it slow and under control. Never feel like you're out of control through this whole motion.
Alright. Lunge to squat jump.
Alright. Lunge, back feet about shoulder width apart, jump, and then lunge out again with the opposite side. And Kelly's doing a reverse lunge. I'm doing a forward lunge. It uses slightly different parts of those legs, just what initiates. So do whichever one you want. Now that's over, you don't have to worry about it. Alright, sumo squat and kick.
Alright. Try to move as smoothly as you can. You can make it harder by starting to lift that foot up from the squat a little early. So you're starting to like do almost a practice pistol squat. Teaching each leg to work on its own and together.
All right, just one more group to go.
Power skips.
All right.
Yeah.
This is alternating left to right. Leg drives up. The same thing on the other side. So think of those days back when you were a little kid skipping down the sidewalk. It's the exact same thing, but more upward momentum than forward.
Alright.
All right. right.
Jumping jacks. So these should be as quick and as sharp as you can make them.
Keep everything tight. Feet together, arms down. Pop them out. Back down, nice and quick. Keep that shoulder contracted. No letting those arms just kind of swing around. Big deep breaths. Core contracted.
Two, one. All right,
one more of each of those.
Here we go, power skips. We're cruising right along.
Ready? Start them up. Keep it going, lungs open. Almost done. 3 more seconds. Oh. All right, one more exercise. Back to those jumping jacks. Whew. How you doing over there?
Good. How about you?
I'm tired. Nice quick motion, lungs open, core tight, shoulders tight.
10 seconds left.
Push it as hard as you can. We get a long water break after this. Oh man. All right, that means the HIIT portion is done. We've got strength training next. So go grab your dumbbells if you have some. We'll be right back to start into that. Alright guys, we're starting into our strength portion. We're going to be doing each one of these exercises for 45 seconds and then a 15-second break or prep to get ready for that next exercise. We're doing A, B, A, B, A, B, so 3 sets of each exercise. Let me get my timer started. We are starting off with chest flies, so I'm going to be using 20 pounds.
I've got 16 pounds per hand. We're also going to be showing you different modifications for whether you have a bench or not. So obviously I'm doing the no bench option. So press up into a bridge and then pump those weights up there.
Nice and slow out to the side, slight bend in that elbow and then straight back over top of your chest. Keep those lungs open, keep that lower back down against that mat. A lot of times you'll have a tendency to want to arch your back up. Keep it down. I think it's only fitting since I had to do all the really hard HIIT stuff that I actually did the bench.
That I get the floor?
Yeah.
Is that my punishment?
Yes. Keep focusing on that form. Nice, slow, controlled repetitions. Remember, since we're doing this for 3 sets, you don't need to be killing yourself in the first one. And let it relax. We're switching over to reverse fly next. I'm going to drop my weight by 5 pounds per hand.
We'll be doing 4 pounds per hand. So back nice and flat. Bringing those arms up, those hands up to about shoulder height, slow and controlled. So like Daniel said, we're doing 3 sets, which is a good way to help yourself figure out just how much you need to lift. So after that first set, if you don't feel like your muscles are shaking by the end of that timed interval, you may want to lift heavier. Check your form first. Form is most important, and then if your form is clean, step up the amount of weight that you're lifting.
Speaking of which, I'm lifting way too much. You can probably see my form is already starting to slide, so I'm going to be dropping on that next set. Wow. Alright, back to the chest fly. Going back up to 20 pounds per hand on this one.
About 16 per hand.
And remember, range of motion is always more important than the amount of weight you're lifting. So if you can't get a full, clean range of motion, drop your weight. Don't worry, I won't drop it on your head.
Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh. Well, I wasn't scared.
Yeah. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Lungs open. Don't hold your breath. Concentrate on that form. Under control.
All right. There's 2 of those done. Go back to those reverse flies. So again, remember how you feel at the end of the interval. Are you tired? Are you feeling it? You know, adjust accordingly. You want to make sure that you're pushing yourself. So a good breathing pattern is to exhale during the hardest part. So inhale while you're going down, and then exhale as you push through that hard part.
Can keep a slight bend in that elbow, but try to keep your arm out as straight as you can.
Ooh, drop my weights completely. These kill me every time. Even with just body weight, I can feel it. My arms are just shaking.
All right, 1 more of each.
Right.
So since this is your last set, the goal on this one is to really, really wipe out those muscles. So make sure you're going to be pretty much giving out by those last few seconds of this routine, or of this set. Keep those lungs open. Slight bend in that elbow. Drop those arms down as low as is comfortable on that joint, as low as you can control. Keep those core muscles nice and tight.
So if you're pressing up into this bridge, you're working your glutes and thighs at the same time. Just hold it there, keep your core nice and tight. And relax for a second. Right, back to those reverse flies. This is our last set of these.
How you doing over there?
Good. Feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad when it's over, but it feels great.
Remember, slight bend in that elbow, flat back, perfectly flat back. Actually feel like you're kind of arching that chest towards the wall in front of you just slightly to keep that back perfectly flat. Get those arms up as high as you can out to the sides. Almost done, got 5 seconds left. And let it relax. All right, we're moving to our next one. Nice and quick, we're doing a ventral raise. I'm gonna try to stay with the same weight. This is probably gonna hurt.
Start with 8 pounds per hand.
So hands come straight up, all the way over top of your head. Nice and slow back down. If you want to, feel free to pause at shoulder height. But if you face those palms in towards one another, you should have a full range of motion coming all the way over that shoulder. Same thing if you have those palms facing forward. They just get slightly different parts of that shoulder. Make sure you're letting those weights drop at the same speed that you raise them. You don't want to just let them free fall back down to your sides. Keep that lower back flat.
Oh boy.
All right, pullovers are next. So lay down on that bench.
I'm going to use just one weight, 16 pounds on this one. And again, I'm going into a bridge to work the lower body while I do this and also give myself a little bit of elevation.
So hands starting directly above that chest. Nice and slow. Drop those hands over top of that head as far as is comfortable. And right back up, stopping above that shoulder joint. If you go any further than that shoulder joint, you're no longer using the same muscles, so don't worry about going any past that. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. You're going to have a tendency to want to arch that lower back, to limit that range of motion on that shoulder. Keep it in a stronger position, but try to keep that back flat.
Ooh.
All right. Back to that ventral raise. I'm going to drop my weight just a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Doing 4 pounds per hand this round.
Straight up in front. Right over top of that head. Keep those core muscles tight. You want to make sure that you're not rounding those shoulders forward or arching them back. You want to try to keep that shoulder, that chest directly above those hips. Well, it must be a pretty good workout because I'm sweating like crazy.
Yeah. So because we just worked, by the time we're done here, we will work all of our muscle groups. You want to take it easy tomorrow. So no more HIIT, no more strength training tomorrow. You want to give yourself at least 24 hours, probably more like 48 hours to rest after something like this. So you can always do, walking, swimming, stretching, Pilates, maybe these kinds of things, but you really don't need any tough workouts a couple days after a workout like this. Rest is actually going to be more beneficial to you at that point.
All right, pull over. Lungs open, core tight, lower back against the ground, unless you're doing Kelly's version. Even when you're doing Kelly's version, you want to make sure you're keeping a nice straight line from your shoulder down to your knee.
Ooh, some shaky muscles going on.
Just keep pushing through it. Keep that motion under control. If you feel like your form is really starting to suffer, take a short break. Or make sure you drop for that next set. All right, we have one more of each, correct?
Yep. All right. 3 seconds. There we go.
All the way over top of your head. Back down. Keep those core muscles tight. Don't let that back tilt or that chest tilt back. Don't let that lower back round. So Kelly convinced me to do this entire strength portion straight through without any extra breaks. So if you're starting to get tired by the end of this, you can let Kelly know in the comment section.
Thanks.
It wasn't me.
Star jumps were Daniel's idea. So were the burpees.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Just kidding. We got about 5 seconds left. All right.
Whew. All right,
So,
one more round with pullovers.
I'm going to drop to 12 pounds. It's getting pretty shaky on that last set there. Like I said, it's more important to make sure that your form is nice and clean, so make that your priority.
Flat back, core tight, contract those abdominal muscles, keep those arms almost completely straight, just a slight bend from that elbow. Drop them over your head as far as is comfortable. Nice and slow back up, nice and slow drop. None of this should be quick. I know that these strength training routines can become very boring especially when you're doing 3 sets of this stuff.
I love it.
But it, by every account, is the best way to do it to really get those muscles tired and build some strength.
Honestly, I recommend putting us on mute, turning on some music you like, maybe even a movie if you can focus on 2 things at once, and then just cranking it out.
All right, we're doing overhand curls.
Overhand curls, yeah.
Right where it is.
Right, so I'm using 4 pounds per hand.
So palms facing back towards your thighs. Curl up. Try to keep those palms rolled over as much as you can. It's a really weird motion. If you've never done it before, you might realize you need a lot less weight than you do a normal curl with.
Do a little balance work at the same time here.
Ooh, fancy.
Multitasking.
Fancy. And just like Kelly's showing, if you want to add in some stuff or modify these exercises, by all means do so. Just make sure you're being safe.
5 seconds left. Right.
Relax. All right, overhand curl. Or sorry, we just did overhand curl. Overhead tricep extension with palm back.
Sure.
So this is an odd motion as well. Hands straight up over top of your head, palms facing back behind you. You're going to drop straight down and then pull them right back over top of your head. This is going to feel really weird. It's going to feel a lot weaker than a traditional overhead tricep extension.
Ooh.
So go lighter if you need to. Again, keep those core muscles nice and tight. Don't arch that lower back. Check those core muscles, keep it tight. Try to keep that elbow directly above your shoulder joint. Try not to let it tip forward as you come up. That's just going to cheat a little bit on that tricep. All right, relax. All right, back to that overhand curl.
Alright, let's stick with 4 pounds per hand.
All right, start them up. Palm facing down towards the ground as much as you can. Go back to that thigh. Focus on that form, back nice and straight up and down. Keep that elbow tucked to your side. When you're doing curls, a lot of times you'll have a tendency to want to pull that elbow forward and rack that weight a little bit, so it's cheating, so your bicep doesn't have to work as hard. So if you keep that elbow pulled back directly underneath that shoulder joint, that bicep is going to have to work the entire time. Makes it harder, but makes that gain in that strength through that bicep a lot easier to get.
Alright.
All right.
Stretch out your hands and arms. It's kind of loosen up in between sets there.
Palms facing back behind you as much as you can. Drop those hands down, elbows directly above that shoulder, right back up. Core tight, slight bend in that knee. Last thing you want to do is lock your knees out and have your blood pool in your legs and pass out while you're trying to lift weights. So always keep those knees slightly bent. How are you feeling over there?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
I'm feeling okay. I've definitely got some good muscle burn going, but
We're going back to legs here in a couple minutes, and then we'll see. Then we'll see how we're doing after all that hit. All right.
one more of each.
Shake it out. All right, here we go.
All right, last one of these overhand curls. Remember, really try to force that hand to face down towards the ground. You're probably going to feel it not only in your bicep quite a bit, but even in your forearm and your grip from having to try to rotate that hand over in an odd position. So remember, weight training and being fit isn't about doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's about trying to challenge yourself and doing new things. Because the more you do the same thing over and over, the more your body gets used to doing that motion, the more efficient it becomes, the fewer calories you burn doing it. So the more you change it up, the more calories you consistently burn.
All right. One last set.
All right, last upper body exercise until we switch to legs. Keep it nice and clean, focus on that form, burn out those muscles.
Another thing to keep in mind too, I see a lot of people that have decided they want better abs, or maybe it's a better butt, or whatever it is, and they only work on that thing. And so, like, if you want you're working on your butt and thighs, you only work on your lower body, and you completely neglect your upper body, it will catch up to you. You want your body to be balanced and you want it to work well together. You want to train to be functional. So try, no matter what your goals are, you are always going to get there faster and safer by training your whole body comprehensively. Okay, so next up we've got deadlifts. Oh! I hit the camera.
Oops.
Okay, here we go.
I hope that's still pointing in the same direction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check that.
Oh, yep, no, it's not.
Is it not?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Camera malfunction.
Here we go. Deadlifts.
Okay, nice and slow down. Right back up again. Now you know we filmed these straight live without doing a bunch of takes.
Thanks, Nick.
It's always a good idea to have a B camera.
Yeah, right. And I'm lifting 28 pounds per hand here.
And I'm doing 35. I'm going a little bit lighter than I normally would because I'm feeling my hamstrings from that HIIT routine.
Right. So what's next? Got side lunge.
Yeah, side lunges.
I'm going to use 12 pounds per hand.
I'm going to use the same amount.
Here we go.
So feet out nice and wide, just alternating back and forth, left to right. It's a good kick with the mat, by the way.
You like that? Yeah, I was surprised. It basically like flew across the room. Impressive.
Like Chuck Norris or something.
Chuck Norris. The Chuck Norris of exercise mats. Instead of carrying throwing stars, I just like have a pack of yoga mats on my back.
It's a new superhero for you. Trademark.
Yeah. I'll throw them at people who are doing desk work. You need this in your life. Okay. So again with those deadlifts, use 28 pounds per hand again.
Alright, straight down, slight bend in those knees. We're doing a straight leg deadlift rather than a traditional deadlift. I know a lot of people get mad at us for calling these deadlifts, but they are a version of deadlift which focuses a lot more on those glutes than a traditional deadlift, which is a little bit more like a squat.
Ooh. Oh. So again, focus on your breathing. If you're struggling, come down, inhale, and then exhale as you squeeze back up. Make sure you're not letting your shoulders round forward. That's part of the workout. You're going to try, especially if you're using a heavy weight. Oh my. Okay. 12 pounds per hand. This is like an action-packed workout today.
It is. All kinds of stuff going on. Keep those motions under control, nice and slow. Out to the side as far as you can. You can see Kelly and I are doing ours a little bit differently. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Kelly's is a little bit harder if you ask me, which is why I'm cheating. But it pretty much works those leg muscles exactly the same.
Oh. There you go, under 10 seconds, keep going. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so one more set of each of those. I'm actually going to lower my weight just a little bit, down to 24 pounds per hand, so I can focus on form. Alright, here we go.
Keep those lungs open, keep that back contracted, arching that chest up so you don't round. You don't want to do this lifting with your back. You want to focus all of this on those glutes. Almost done. All right, one more of those side lunges. Best up, yeah, we've got one more group after this.
Okay.
All right, start them up. To each side. Try to get that knee to track over top of that foot. You don't want to buckle in or push out. So you want those toes kind of point off at a 45 so that knee naturally pushes out that direction. 20 seconds left. Ooh, man, my legs are starting to shake. Keep it going.
5 seconds.
Lungs open.
Okay. All right, our last strength set starts off with a squat. So,
give those legs a little bit of a break here.
all right,
So traditional
16 pounds
squat.
per hand.
Feet just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Keep that back flat, chest tilted up towards the wall in front of you.
Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you press back up. Pulling your core. Try to keep everything nice and tight. It's harder, but it works a lot better. Make it count.
Almost done, 5 seconds left. Wow. Curtsy lunges next.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. We use 12 pounds per hand.
I'm using the same amount, which I think is, yeah, 20 pounds.
Here we go. So back and behind. And lower as far as you can control. So as you might have noticed, as you pick your weights, you're probably not able to lift as heavy as you normally are. And that's because we're neck deep into this routine. Probably your carbohydrate stores are low. These muscles have been working already, so don't be disappointed if you find that you're lifting less than you usually are.
Remember that your body only keeps roughly about an hour's worth of heavy physical activity, hour's worth of carbohydrate for heavy physical activity. So by the time we're done with this, it's an hour 20 roughly, you're gonna be beat.
Okay. So back to 16 pounds per hand for the squats. 3, 2, here we go.
Just traditional squat, feet a little wider than shoulder width, back flat, down as low as is comfortable. Same pace on the way down as on the way up. Now I'm starting to drop my weights quite a bit for this leg portion because I was already pretty beat by doing that HIIT routine. So this is much lighter than I would use if I was doing just leg strength training. But that does not mean that this isn't going to give you a good strength boost. Just keep those lungs open.
5 seconds left. Alright, back to those curtsy lunges.
Was that 2 sets or 3?
I think
2, right?
this will be 2. Yeah.
Oh.
I know, we're not done yet. Keep pushing. Here we go.
Yeah. So if you are not completely beat by this point, if your legs aren't feeling jello-y, if you're not feeling out of breath, sweating like crazy, then you're either not lifting enough weight through here, or you weren't pushing through hard enough through that HIIT routine. So make sure that you're challenging yourself. All of these routines are based off of how hard you push yourself. So only you can adjust the difficulty level.
Okay, one more in each of those. I'm gonna stick to 12 pounds per hand for the squat this time. I am struggling in the best way. Okay, here we go. One more of each of these. You can do this. We can do this.
Are you talking to me?
Both.
Them or yourself?
All of us. Anybody that's still hanging in there. So you'll notice our low impact version is not different for the strength training. Strength training is an awesome way to keep your body healthy, keep your weight at a healthy range, and get all the health perks of exercise without having impact. It's also important, these weight-bearing exercises can help make up for potential loss of bone density if you're not doing anything that has impact in it. So, because our bodies respond to what we give them. So if we take away impact, impact can be a good thing or a bad thing. Done properly, it can actually make your bones and joints stronger. So this is a way to make up for that if you can't jump. Here we go. 45 more seconds, so we take a quick break. I have sweat in my eyelashes.
Keep it going. Focus on that form. Straight up and down on those legs. Back flat, no tipping forward.
15 seconds. Keep it going.
Evenly disperse that weight from front foot to back foot. Try not to lean too much on that front leg.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Victory.
All right.
Partial victory.
Put those dumbbells away. We will not be using them again. Our next section is going to be cardio and core. So we'll be right back to start into that. All right, everybody, we have one section left to go before we hit our cool down, and that is our cardio and core section. We're going to be doing a cardio exercise and a core exercise together in an AB-AB format, 45 seconds each. So let me go ahead and start my timer. We're starting off with a toe touch crunch. So lay down on your back. Don't hit me in the head. All right, toes up in the air. And crunch it up, try to touch those toes, right back down again. Nice tight crunch towards the top. Make sure you don't completely relax those abdominal muscles when you drop back down, keeping them slightly tensed the entire time. Now, each one of these sets is, like I said, 45 seconds. So you're going to be doing this for a while, so if you need to take a break, by all means do so, but try to take as short of a break as you can. Keep those lungs open. How you doing back there? Good. And let it relax. Stand back up. What are you doing next?
Side lunge, toe touch, plus a jump.
Ooh, side lunge, toe touch, plus a jump. All right. So starting with those feet nice and close together. Step out to a side lunge, touch that toe, right up, back up to the center. Jump, and then back to the other side.
Ooh.
Trying to run over you here. So, speed it up as you can to make that a little bit more of a cardio exercise. Get that heart pumping again. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds.
5, 3, 2, and 1.
All right.
Back to that first set.
Toe touch crunch again. You feel like you're just gonna drop on me? Come out of this with a broken nose. Get those legs up as straight as you can. Slight bend in that knee is okay. Crunch up towards those toes. If those legs start getting too tired on you, I know we've worked them like crazy today, feel free to put them down. Just crunch up to that imaginary position where those feet would have been.
And again, it's gonna be a lot harder if you don't rest on the ground in between. Keep those abs contracted.
I don't know what's burning more, my abs or my quadriceps. Just go to that happy place, keep pushing through it.
Oh. Man.
All right, side lunges again. Jump in the center. Ready? All right, deep breath and start up. Out to the side, touch that toe, center, jump. Out to the side, touch that toe. Remember, if you don't want to go all the way down and touch that toe, that's fine. You're just going down as low as is comfortable for you. Again, I'm doing the higher impact version. Kelly's doing the lower impact version. We have to review our contract here and see what's going on with Kelly doing the low impact the whole time.
I'll take it next time, okay? For the 5 million subs workout, I'll do the tough one.
Oh,
on
okay.
Camera.
You guys hear
I
that?
can't take it back now.
Tell everyone you know to subscribe to our YouTube channel so we get to 5 million and get to watch Kelly do the hard version the entire time.
Okay.
Let it relax. All right, Russian twist is next.
Want some mat?
I'm good. Is that your offering? Yeah, do the hard version. At least I'll give you the mat. All right, back nice and flat. Lean back to about a 45 or as far back as you can control. Rotate left to right.
So there's ways to make this harder and easier. So putting your feet on the ground and tilting back is the easier way. You can also lift your feet over the ground so they just hover. You can even stick them out straight if your quads will let you at this point.
Yeah. Also, if you're a real glutton for punishment, you can hold a dumbbell in front of your chest. Just make sure that it stays directly in front of your sternum. You're not swinging your arms. You're rotating your chest. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep that back flat. As you get tired, you're going to start doing a rotation with that back rounded. Avoid that as much as you can. Keep it perfectly straight. Whew. All right, what's next?
We have a squat plus a front kick.
Squat, front kick. Okay. So we're going to be trying to do this as quickly as possible. Again, keep it under control. You always want to be under control. All right.
Yeah.
Squat and kick.
So honestly, while this workout is long, our 1,000-calorie workouts are long, they actually aren't our most intense. So when you're working out for this long, you have to have some periods that are not, like, you wouldn't be able to do just HIIT for this long and have it be A, effective, B, safe,
Yeah.
or C, the smartest thing you can do. There's no reason to do that much HIIT. So if you want a tougher workout, some of our HIIT workouts or even our strength workouts can be more intense and compact, shorter but more intense. But these are awesome for just a real, just sheer endurance challenge. 5 seconds left. Alright.
And let it relax.
Russian twist. Here we go.
Alright, back to that Russian twist. Alright, back flat. Remember, starting that twist from here is the easiest. The further you lean back, the harder it gets. Start them up. Now, just like Kelly was saying, this is a very, very long routine and it is meant to just wear you out everywhere. So with that in mind, you need to understand that these should not be done on a day-by-day basis. We have a few 1,000-calorie workouts out now. You don't want to do them back-to-back. This is like, at the very most, a once-a-week thing.
No, but like twice a week.
Well, if you're not doing anything else.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If you did this twice a week, you wouldn't need or want to do anything else, which is why it's smart to mix it up. Do some short workouts some total body workouts, some isolation muscle groups. I mean, it's exactly the reason why our programs are so varied. There are cons and advantages to each one of these types of training. So when you weave them all together in a smart program like we do, you kind of get the perks of all of them without burning out your body with the other kind of more negative aspects of each.
Start them up. Squat with a kick.
I know, it's tempting. A lot of people think more is the answer. Eating less and working out more, and yes, the answer is yes to some extent, but you can't starve yourself and expect good things to happen, and you can't wear yourself out completely with just overtraining and expect good things to happen. So balance is important, and listening to your body is really important.
Studies have been done over and over again showing that overtraining harms you more than doing undertraining.
Right.
So moderation is the key. We should get it tattooed somewhere.
Yeah.
Relax.
Right.
All right, next one. Back bow. Hey. All right. Legs, mouth shoulder width apart, or hip width apart. Harder version is arms fully extended. The easier version is arms in front of that head. Easier from there is arms tucked back to your sides. That lower back is a weak spot for most people. So if you can't make the full 45, don't feel bad. Just try to build it up.
Keep it going.
Whew.
All right.
All right, what's our cardio?
The alternating knee.
Ooh, alternating knee. Okay. So this is me kind of a little bit like a kickboxing move. So full body crunch down as you pull that knee up.
2, right?
Yep, 2 on each side.
2.
Push it as hard as you can. Remember, there's that cardio section. A little over halfway.
10 seconds. Keep it going.
Oh. All right,
Okay.
back bow again. Now remember, in between these back bows, go and start it up. You can let it completely relax each time. If you want a little easier version again, but still want that extra tension of those arms extended, or you can keep them hovering for the hardest. Try to get those arms and legs up at the same time. Keep those eyes straight down towards that mat, nose pointing to the floor. Don't look up forward in front of you. Puts too much strain on your neck. You want to keep your spine neutral. Okay. Back to the knee. Remember, 2 on each side and switch.
Ooh, we have like 9 minutes of hard work left. Hang in there. There you go.
All right. And go whichever speed is comfortable for you. If you're starting to get really tired and this is getting really sloppy form-wise, move slower. If you still have some energy left, keep pushing it. Go as fast as you can without letting that form slide.
Halfway. Seconds.
All right, 2 groups left.
All right, crisscross crunch.
Crisscross crunch. Oh, starting to get tired. My brain's not working very fast anymore. All right, legs out, hands behind your head. Crunch up, crossing over that body, elbow to knee. Same thing on the opposite side. Nice, slow, controlled motion. If you're getting really tired in those legs, feel free to let one touch down each time. Harder version though, is keeping them out. Belly button sucked in as much as possible. Keep those abs contracted constantly. Don't lay back all the way and let them release. Keep them tensed, even when you're taking a rest, if you need to take a rest.
Make sure you're not holding your breath.
All right.
Oh, scraping myself off the mat.
All right, what are we doing next?
We have
Quick foot burpees. Woo. Fun.
Okay.
All right, so squat down, feet really quick, and whenever you want, drop into the burpee, come back up, right back into those quick feet. That is just time off of yourself. Just drop whenever you feel like it.
So I'm showing you the low impact version, just marching in place and then stepping back at one foot at a time. Just make sure that you're staying as low as those muscles will let you at this point.
Oh,
so as low as you can.
You're doing a better job than me, man. Like basically standing up straight.
10 seconds, keep going. Okay, crisscross crunch.
Backside crisscross crunch. It's pretty bad when you're like wanting to go back to these types of exercises because it's easier.
At least you're laying on the...
Yeah.
Like this is closer to being in bed.
It hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad as doing quick feet burpees. Just alternating, cross that body, crunch up towards that knee. Try to keep that knee above that hip joint. Don't let it come in any further. You bring that knee in further, you're not gonna have to work as hard.
Oh, I think I was doing a bicycle crunch.
Uh-oh.
Don't listen
Are
to
you cheating back there?
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a subtle difference between a crisscross crunch and a bicycle crunch, but they are vastly different as far as difficulty goes. All right, quick feet burpees.
There you go.
So close to being done here. Okay. These are gonna be ugly.
Seconds. Here we go, we got this. So just picking up 1 foot at a time if you're with me while you're in that static squat. Halfway.
Oh, that burns.
Yeah.
10 seconds left. Push through it. As clean a form as you can.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so we're holding a plank. It's going to be interesting at this point.
Uh-huh.
So, do the best you can.
My body's just like a controlled fall at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Up into that plank.
So, here's your easier version. Just try to make sure you keep a straight line through your knees to your head. Otherwise, moving toes.
Try to keep those hips down, especially with as tired as that body is. Don't feel too bad if you can't, but try as much as you can. Take breaks if needed.
Oh, you're pouring sweat.
I know, I'm just dripping. It's like somebody left the faucet on. Oh. All right, next one.
Static squat, reverse lunge.
Oh.
Yep.
What did we do to ourselves?
That noise.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Squat down. Step back. Back up to that squat. Don't stand.
Or if you need to, come up, come down, lunge, come up. Just break it apart however you need to. But yeah, if you want to step up the challenge, stay low the entire time.
Oh.
Over halfway, keep it going. Ten seconds.
I don't think I'm going to be able to stand tomorrow.
Yeah. Can be good. Lots of stretching, lots of healthy food, lots of water after this.
Wow.
Whew.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that was
2 more minutes of work.
it's a bit of an
That's
early
all we
quit.
have between us and the cool down.
All right, back to the plank.
2, 1.
How you feeling over there?
Good. Accomplished.
Yeah.
Excited for this to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can also switch back and forth between plank variations. If you feel yourself starting to fatigue or fail, then switch to the easier version before you take a complete break. Just one way to ask a little bit more from yourself.
Oh.
Alright. Okay, one more. One more.
One more, then we get the cool down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
3 seconds. Alright, here we go.
Squat. Reverse lunge. Back to squat. Reverse lunge on the opposite side. Woo. Okay.
Oh, you okay there?
Yeah. Losing my balance. Fine motor skill is going away. That is one thing you'll notice as you get more and more tired, is being able to control small movements becomes more and more difficult. So that's why you always want to start moving slower and slower as you get more and more tired.
Just be careful.
Yes.
Be aware. Under 10 seconds.
Oh. Okay. That beep means we are done with the hard part. We'll be right back to the cool down. All right, all we have left is this cool down. So we're gonna be doing this free form. So let's go ahead and get started. What would you like to do first, Kelly?
Let's just shake things out a little bit, actually. Some shoulder rolls, arm swings, butt kicks, just wherever you're feeling tight. And actually pay attention while you're doing this.
Pretty much everywhere?
Yeah, it should be after this routine. Really.
Maybe not tight, but completely and totally out of control of your muscles? Jello-y?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do a couple reaches and then a toe touch stretch. Come up to the top. Kind of eke back and forth over here. Stretch out your sides a little on each side. And then take your hands down slowly. And you gotta touch, reach for those toes. And even once you're here, again, you can rock back and forth from side to side, looking for any tight spots. Alright, let's do that one more time, yeah?
Sure.
Okay, roll up. Alright, down towards the toes. Alright, you want to do our quads? Mine feel like they need some love.
I'll see. Alright, stand up. Lean against something if you need balance, otherwise stand there, heel to butt. Try to push that knee back behind you as much as you can without tipping forward. You should feel it through the front of your thigh, front of your hip, maybe even a little bit into the front of your lower abdominal muscles. lower portion of your abdominal muscles. Don't use misleading verbiage. There's no such thing as lower abs.
That's another story.
Alright, same thing on the other side. Squeeze that heel back to your butt as close as is comfortable. Pull that knee back behind you, standing straight up and down. Inside thigh next.
Sure, yeah. Let's do inside thigh and an arm cross pull so we can get those triceps at the same time.
So bend one knee, drop your weight towards that leg that's straight. Same arm is straight, you can pull across. Stretch it. Are you doing it? Yeah. We're doing the same thing.
I know, it's like, where are you going with this? We always have two slightly different ideas.
Gets the same thing done.
It's good, just, yeah. Alright.
Same thing on this side.
Switch sides, shake them out. Let's do a good chest stretch.
Okay, you want to do it against the wall?
Yeah. So anything you can find to rest your hand against.
A door frame, wall, tall piece of furniture, as long as you're not going to push it over. Palm facing flat against the wall. Fingers facing back behind you. You're just going to rotate your chest open. You might feel it a lot in your forearm and your palm. If you do and it's uncomfortable, then just step forward on that arm a little bit more. If you want to feel more, step across so it's more in front of you. Just rotate that chest open. Should feel it through the inside of that chest, or from that shoulder out into that chest. If you're feeling it too much in your bicep, then rotate that inside elbow or that inside arm up towards the ceiling. You should feel it just in your chest then.
Alright, switch sides.
Fingers facing back behind you, about shoulder height. Rotate that chest open. Remember, move wherever you need to get a little extra stretch on that hand, that palm and forearm.
Nice deep breaths here.
Mm-hmm.
Should be feeling pretty good right about now.
Yeah. Let's do a tricep stretch next.
Let's do tricep plus hip flexor.
Oh, plus a hip flexor. Okay, so lean forward kind of into a lunge, but keep that back leg straight. Should feel it into that hip flexor again. Same arm as leg. Bring that hand behind you head. Same arm or same hand as shoulder. Pull it across. So should feel this in your tricep. Should feel that leg stretch to the front of your hip. And switch sides. Switch legs and arms. Hand back to your shoulder. Bring that arm across. Keep that rear leg straight. Lean back a little bit. Try to get that hip flexor to stretch. If you don't feel it, don't be too worried. This is kind of a difficult one to get to. Or can be anyway.
Yeah, let's do a downward dog.
Okay, downward dog.
Move to some floor
So
stretches.
feet shoulder width apart. Slowly drop down, walk out with those hands. Hands about shoulder width apart, feet about shoulder width apart. Shove that chest down between those arms. If those heels have to come up off the ground, that's fine. Or if you need to bend those knees, that's okay. Just try to keep those legs as straight as you can while keeping that chest nice and straight. So you should make kind of a little bit of a triangle. So straight line from wrist to shoulder or hip. And then another straight line from hip down to ankle.
Alright, let's do a calf stretch actually, specifically. Just drop one knee and then leaving that leg that's extended, try to act like you're trying to get that heel to the ground so you feel a good calf stretch.
I'm just doing a slightly different version of that.
Alright, switch sides. Let's come to our knees and lean back for a front front stretch. Stretch through the front of the core.
Okay.
You can go off of your heel if you want less of a range of motion, or go all the way from the ground, whichever way you need to, so you feel a nice stretch through the front of your body.
Switch sides, that upper body.
Alright, can you think of anything else?
Butterfly.
That sounds good.
Yep. We're almost done here. Let's do a couple more. So bring those heels together, squeeze those legs in as close to your groin as you can. Pull those muscles down to your sides as much as you can using just your muscles. Try not to push on them, just force them down with your own strength. Nice straight back.
Kick out a little further.
We'll do a hip stretch, so you're going to keep that back perfectly flat. Lean straight forward. Alright, you want to end off with a cobra or a shell?
I think we're good.
Good?
I think that should be good.
Alright.
Got the front.
If you want to do some extra stretches on your own, by all means do so. Otherwise, this workout is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for getting us to 4 million subscribers.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
We really appreciate it, and we're excited about, it still feels honestly like we're just getting started still. So
Yeah.
we're all ears. If you guys have more suggestions, hit us and let us know what you thought of the workout.
See you guys next time.
Thanks guys.